Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Legend Series. We're over the hump, over the halfway mark. We've got 3 games left, starting with this. We've got to find our first finalist between HaMasse and Team Epsilon. A bit of a weird matchup. I don't think people were expecting to be here. I think people were expecting HaMasse to probably lose that first match and be in our losers match against Squared. They would have probably won. It would have been a bit of a 50-50. I think that's what we're expecting today. But they have got to play against Epsilon, the toughest opponent, in my opinion, in Group A. Probably the team with the largest chance of making it out and snagging that sweet €250 and making it through to our main stage. They'll be played on the 30th of November, the 1st of December. They'll be playing then. Either way, we've got a couple of best of ones for you now. We've got 3, in fact, running consecutively, starting with this one. We've got HaMasse obviously going to be playing Team Epsilon. What do we think about this match? I think they're already joining the server, by the way, just for that intel. What do I think about this game in particular? I think that Epsilon are probably going to take it. We said that earlier. We said we kind of counted HaMasse out in that one as well, but I feel like Epsilon are probably going to be able to outclass all the opposition in this group. Lovely jubbly. Let's get right into this knife round. Some more Mirage. I like it. I like a cheeky bit of Mirage, if I'm perfectly honest. By the way, guys, if you have got any questions, you can chuck them in the chat. Obviously, look at all these people. Look at all these Ruski fellas. I want to see it. If you speak English, type your questions, get it all going. But if you don't, still scream and shout in the chat. We love it. We absolutely love it. Either way, Epsilon looking to probably lose this knife round. Jaywalking's throwing out every trick in the book to ensure that doesn't happen, but it shouldn't really matter. Of course, probably Wolf going to find that. HaMasse going to be able to take that knife round. So looks to be them starting on the CT side. Quick pause before we start, of course. And we should be getting into this one fairly soon. I don't know, are we in front of schedule? I think we're behind schedule. I think we're slightly behind schedule. By like 35 minutes, I think. Just because a lot of the games have been quite long. We've not had a game go less than... Well, our most one-sided game was 16-10. So we've been blessed with some decent Counter-Strike today, even though. Let's get onto this pistol round. Epsilon going for a fairly standard buy-up. Zinken getting out that defuse kit. By the way, Bar is Who Am I, everybody? If you're confused about what's going on about the name, he should probably be told to change his name. I don't know, but he is going to find those first pair of frags. Eric as well with one. That bomb is completely dropped as Impala bursts in behind and does find one of his own. There's Crush gone, bomb down. Impala's got it all to do. 1 versus 5. He's going to make happen if he's going to find this pistol round. And Epsilon already imposing Iron Might on Mirage. A pretty clean injustice so far as, you know, they look to take this pistol round fairly decisively, fairly convincingly, with obviously Impala, 85 HP, Glock in no man's land, probably nothing he can do. He's going to spot out another one and find another headshot. Damage as well isn't really worth as much as it would be on a rifle round, of course. You're not going to force him to drop anything really of worth. Saving a kit is only a $400 deficit. He has already found 2 frags. Just looking to make this an ace, but with Epsilon holding tight on this B site, he shouldn't be able to find it. Tapping away, can't find much. 69 HP left as Impala draws nearer. He is looking left and right, but Eric actually swings out and finds a nice quick shot for the first pistol round. One 0. As Epsilon don't seem to be taking many chances. Obviously an MP9 from Zinken. He was playing with the kit in that previous round. So playing utility, trying to rack up some cash. If you can find 1 or 2 frags here, that would do wonders for his economy. And you can see with these UMPs, these SMGs, they are closing up the distance. Cage is going to be the first man in, but doesn't find a single frag. Instead, it's Jay to rattle off a couple of accurate shots. Find 2 of his own. Zinken up close and personal is going to find that. Stolen away by Jay as well, the thief of the hour. He finds 3, and that's Barbar finding 1 as well. The MP9 can't do anything, getting unlucky, as Rifles will find all 5 kills in this round. Unless Crush can clutch and do something magical. Is going to rotate around with this deagle, picking up that bomb. Held down by Eric, does a smattering and clattering of damage. 28 HP left. Not enough to get anything done, of course. He's going to probably walk to his demise up mid. Eric just holding down this angle. And Crush. Oh, doesn't miss our shot. What's Eric doing? Come on, Eric. There he goes. Finally hits those shots. Obviously getting a bit late. But they are going to find this 2-0. Epsilon, obviously, majority of their players with the M4s right now. Zinken, the only player with that MP9, hasn't been able to find anything in the way of kills so far, but Jay just holding down the angle from above. 78 HP is going to back off. Hold for cover. They absolutely smash down onto mid and find all 4 of those frags. Just Crush left. Could catch Zinken by surprise, but he's going to swing out, find a quick headshot and a quick $900 in his pocket. 3-0 for Epsilon. Look at that money racking up on the Swedes. 6,000, 6,000. A good $4,000 buffer on the other 2 players. It's only Tuesday struggling with the cash. Is HaMasse with 5 AK-47s are going to be trying to salvage mid-control. This is what they did earlier today. Just trying to hold it down. Zinken finally finds a kill with the MP9, but it is on a gun round, so can maybe salvage one of the AK-47s. Does swipe back and find 1 AK. He's going to be able to back off and keep that alive, but Epsilon 3-0 up. If HaMasse can really start to do damage now, Epsilon could run away with this initial half. It's obviously not what you want. You want to be applying the pressure if you're an underdog. Trying to keep Epsilon on the back foot, and that's just not happening. Epsilon outclassing their opponents so far. This looks like a clean opening buy round. Clash trying to tap away, but he's unable to find anything. 4-0 for Epsilon. Probably going to be able to find a couple, just the 1 headshot. Crush is going to drop another one. Is Epsilon obviously going to be able to take this round. No Kevlar on either of these players, but Impala straight with the smoke might actually find Keeves, but survives on 50 HP. Dunks in an aid, doesn't actually find its mark and make any impact. This Clash and Impala, both incredibly low. Eric should be able to find this frag. Had a couple of issues earlier, and then Impala actually storms through and finds 2. That makes it a 3rd, and Keevesy, he's got it all to do now. He swings in, and Impala absolutely clatters them. Another frag for him. 1 on the board, and HaMasse finally make it happen. What the hell was that from our Russian friends? It's Epsilon 2 AWPs finally getting out that double AWP setup. They've got the 3 rifles as well, 3 M4s, and HaMasse looking to make this 2. It's Epsilon just trying to hold strong and steady, but Zinken with this off angle, one that's commonly used, actually caught an aid out, but given a bit of cover to actually work with. Keeps does find one in the meantime. There's a second as well, dodging and weaving, trying to back out, but he swings in for a third, but cannot find it. Has to back off and be bought cover by Jay, who's trying to take pop shots with the AWP. Keeps walks right into his demise, right into a fast headshot from Clash, but this AWP still watching and waiting. That Molotov forces him back, but Epsilon caught in this stalemate as Jay finds one through the smoke. This bomb going down, but not into cover is Eric. Does swing to find another. Just Impala left, just this AWP. He's been the player to watch out for so far, but with the CZ in hand, up close and personal, Jay nails the shot. Eric just waiting for them to be here. The orb actually goes to waste. Impala drops it, and Eric actually looked a little bit confused there. Didn't know why he was going for that. Obviously Impala feeling incredibly aggressive, and that's the way to get back into this game. The Iron Man actually said, you're actually one of the better CSGO casters. Thank you very much, man. He said CS caster, so I can count that source as well. I'll put that on my resume. Thank you very much, man. Genuinely much appreciated. Here come the AWPs though, Epsilon. A pair of AWPs as HaMasse with the single M4 trying to creeping crawl their way up. Probably going to go for this window boost, but you can see Epsilon actually watching and waiting for it. Jay just holding this angle fairly attentively. He's got a knife out, so I don't know if this balance is going to catch him off guard, but as he swings his way in, crawls his way through to the A site. He's actually going to walk right to Zinken's line of sight, but he does find a kill anyway. Traded back out by Jay, who's holding in CT, waiting for more, but with the jumping shots, Massa are going to get close, but Jay taking wild shots over. Bloody Wolf's going to nail one between the eyes. Eric tries to swing his way back up, but Bloody Wolf up top and personal is going to look for a bit more. Swings in, another headshot. 2 for him is Barbar trying to trade it out through the box. Misses by an inch, by a whisker. He's trying to take shots left and right. There's a Molotov, might actually do all the work, and it does, actually finds him. There's Crush, only a deagle in hand, has to face off against this AWP. The pop actually comes through, but he's not going to peek it just in time. Has to save this AWP. It's an M4 dropped. What's Epsilon's goodbye going to look like? Pair of AWPs. Only the UMP for Kevs. You can see, starting to slightly struggle with the money. And HaMasse, they have applied some pressure and straight into the A site this time. Epsilon needs to deal with this. Nice fast frag from Impala. Straight on. But the smokes aren't quite down yet. They need to get this bomb down. Is Epsilon trying to chip and chime back into this site. Jay just taking random bursts on, but can't find anything with this AWP. Straight in, on and through. HaMasse switching up the pace, and this is something that Epsilon haven't probably got experience against. Obviously playing in the Swedish scene, a lot more slow and coordinated counter-strike today. They're playing against a very different beast that they've probably never even studied before. It's HaMasse trying to make this one close and different, and they are finding rounds as well. They're making this T-half slightly successful. I think they're going to have to do a lot more personally. I hate to say it, but once it gets to their CT side, I feel like Epsilon are probably going to just storm the way through, have strats to pick apart a weaker CT side. Yeah, HaMasse can go for these gimmicky plays now and steal away a couple of rounds, but I don't know if that's going to work for all too long. This is the 4th match today out of a 6-match group stage. Eric, close, USP in hand. Barbar's going to drop him. Epsilon, obviously, with just these 2 rifles fought up. They're both going to find frags. As that smoke drops, Rush can't find it in time. Burning is disbalanced, takes a tickle of damage, and has to move to cover, but gets right towards mid. Finds his second. Now Barbar playing up close and personal, finds his second in AWP. The Massier need to really rely on Clash here, who leaps and bounds over the AWP scope, but Eric's going to find him with another. Double AWP setup now, saved by Epsilon. That was a 0 investment round, by the way. Absolutely no investment for Epsilon, obviously feeling calm and confident, knowing that they don't have to go for all too much, and maybe even still win the rounds. That might be a difference maker in this first half after trading in scrimming rounds before. Instead, keeps going to take 3 frags with the help of Zinker. As they charge on in, seems like a pretty done deal already, with just this balance left. Deagle in hand, and he's being watched and waited for by an Epsilon with 7 rounds. Double AWP setup again from Epsilon, one saved from earlier. Maybe not by creation, maybe just by a little bit of luck, disbalance. Fast frag on, does take a little tag onto JZ, but not nearly as much as the tag the Swede has dealt to them. Is back off, tosses a smoke down, going to be able to peek over that if he needs to, but it's really just to slow Namassier down, who can't really find any more frags with these pistols so far. JZ getting caught off by that pistol, having back off, saved by Zinken. So that Molotov's placed, it's Clash actually making his way in. Has an AWP now, dropped by Barbar, but Zinken is going to swing in and find him before he can do any damage. Last man spotted, and Bloody Wolf's history. It's 8-3. They don't seem in the same league as the Swedes. There's a pause. Wonder what they'll really be talking about. I don't know if there's any strategy that can save them right now. Epsilon just seem like the better team. And if you're Epsilon, you don't even really need to say anything at all, do you? You just need to keep doing what's happening. Keep rolling with the punches, and this might be a very fast game. Our first fast game of the night, might I add, with, as I said before, 16-10 being the closest scoreline. I think we've seen all group stage thus far. Epsilon did the same thing against Squared though. No, I'd say that the Squared game was a little closer, with Squared taking 11 rounds, and they're obviously what Squared did was they found those pistol rounds, they found the second one exceptionally. That was a difference maker. Squared was able to trade through another round as well. Epsilon definitely do have a couple of holes in their defense. I don't think they're a flawless team by any means. I feel like if they show us this performance, they might have a couple of troubles at the main stage the minute they get there. So taking a couple of tags on through, but as I'm saying that, I do feel like they have the individual skill to carry them through a group such as this. And they seem to be super aggressive, super confident. What was that shot? I think that was a blind one from Barbar, just counting him out. Now about the push through short. It's actually going to do a little bit of damage. Kalash actually nading himself instead of straight into Apps, rebounding the wrong way. Can't make the jump. A couple of falters and falls. A nice shot from Barbar. They're just swinging in for peeks and pokes. See Barbar just holding the angle now, getting kill after kill. Nothing really NobleChairs can do about it. You see the smoke dropped as well. Epsilon just playing this one to perfection. Straight across the line as well. Eric P should have this shot. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. 9-3. Double up setup. Whipped out again from Epsilon. NobleChairs haven't had an answer for just yet, but these pistols, if it can rattle off a couple of headshots, they can salvage this A site. JZ, Hawkins just attentively watching this angle with the AWP, waiting for NobleChairs to peek and poke. You can see right through that wall them setting up for the smokes is JZ. Spots out ahead, but can't actually hit it. It's Keeps. They're not going to peek and poke him. He's able to get so many frags. An easy shutdown for Epsilon as they finally find this double-digit mark. And 10-3. This is just, as we said before, we've been using this term a lot. Outclassing. Shot off from Jay Hawkins, and not an accurate one, just a like one through the smoke. It's balanced. Oh, going to miss a crucial one there, and a second. Not hitting the follow-ups. There's a third whiff as well. When's he going to hit a shot? He's just holding at the top of mid. Not hitting anybody right now. As you can see, that gap in the smoke. That's how confident Epsilon are. They're just going for these little gimmicky plays. They know every angle to perfection. Mirage seems to just be their home ground right now. They seem to be on another level. I think that's what happens when you put a top 60, top 70 team in the world against a team unranked on HLTV who, let's be fair, haven't had the best run in the past. Maybe this is just what you're seeing. They're not going to beat their way in. Sinkin is going to just be hidden away here, finding 2 headshots. A very convincing half thus far. And this game might all be over with a pistol round. Epsilon would secure this already, pretty much. Look at this. Impala has actually got 11 frags. One of the star performers in this server. Obviously, most of the rounds that they've won have been thanks to him so far. You can't really lie this defeat at the... Well, in the back here, NobleChairs are actually drawing their way in. Bloody Wolf. He's going to get taken down as well. So 12 rounds there for Epsilon. A pretty solid, convincing half. I would say this series is pretty said and done. Remember, this is for a spot in our group final in just over an hour's time. NobleChairs obviously will be playing a decider map straight after this one if they can't find it. And obviously Epsilon, they get to sit back and relax. Obviously it's fairly late in Sweden already, but playing a later group. Remember, the other 3 groups, sorry, are going to be all 3 hours earlier. So there we go, but Epsilon swinging their way into this B side. Bloody Wolf actually all out of ammo, hidden away, but doesn't hit a follow-up. 2 versus 3 now as Epsilon haven't got this bomb down. Q Rush hits another one. Is Zinken hidden away at the back of this side, trying to tap away. Impala can't find it. Q Rush trying to take a couple of tags, but Zinken, he has a USP of his own. He's going to find a follow-up. Zinken with half HP is trying to take peeks and pokes onto Q Rush, who is hidden away here. Both playing a waiting game right now. Where's he going to peek from? Zinken just waiting for this peek in. Has now salvaged that bomb. Can actually go for the rotate back to the A site. He's been on point this round already. 2 frags on the board. Needs a third, obviously. Q Rush has a nice frag as well. You can see he's just hidden away at the corner by ATM. Hiding away for this rotate to come through. I think he's been spotted and heard so far as Zinken plants in cover. It's all out in the open for CT though, so if he can go for this cross, he might find it. Takes attack on through, but Zinken, can he hit this shot? Spots out the head, but isn't going to hit it. Goes for 3, now 4 peaks, but cannot find the shots. When's Zinken going to hit? And he finally manages it. 13 frags, and HaMasse stuck on the 3. This is pretty much, I think Epsilon maybe in the grand final. I think HaMasse might be on the last leg. I'm pretty certain this is all said and done. An aggressive push from Disbalance. Straight into underpass. Actually does spot out anybody, but Barbar, Eric, both going to find frags. All down to Kalash on this B site, but with nobody peeking in, HaMasse have gone for this rotation. 2 players over here. Maybe their last glimmer of hope against this strong Epsilon side who look poised for our grand finals. Look, if I'm perfectly honest, poised for the main stage. As they charge their way on through. There's Key 1. Parla going to go down as well. Q Rush, last alive. Does sideline Baba with the CZ as he does swing his way through. Another headshot, accurate with this weapon as he's got 12 bullets left. AK-47 now in hand. Could save this, but Epsilon going to try and wrap in around him. Kev C, round the side, is going to spot him out. This AK-47 should be able to dispatch of this T, but he is just playing ring around the Rosie D. Galau takes 1 shot, and that's all it takes. 14-3. Oh, this might be early. They might be going into that decider match, into that elimination match. HaMasse might be poised for, or Epsilon might be poised for this grand final. Seems like that's probably the case at this point. Just pistols for HaMasse once again, having to take the risk, having to get back in the running early instead of giving away match point right now. Couple of crucial misses from Disbalance. Wouldn't normally see somebody whiff those. Bar with a shot out. Q Rush with a good double, both headshots, but Epsilon still charging their way onto this A site. Clash trying to take a couple of frags over, but Q Rush just triple. Definitely saving them in this as these pistols really out of the race right now. Caught out by that Molotov. This Clash trying to take a couple of pop shots through this Eagle. Good box penetration, but Jaywalking's still planting that bomb. Smoke down as well, gives him good cover. But HaMasse going to make this possibly final push of the game. Back into this site. Impala has spotted an angle, has spotted a moment, gets that kill, but it's a long 10-second defuse, and Clash has to hit this shot now, but he doesn't. Eric finds it. Impala back with 1 more. Defuse comes through, but I think he's got enough time. Yeah, he's definitely got enough time. Obviously, without a kit, it's always difficult. Don't know how we find those shots, but people saying that. But I think that's a joke. I didn't say anything crazy, boys. Either way, HaMasse. One last final leash of life. This might actually put us right back on schedule, boys. And remember, if you are tuning in to HaMasse, we'll be seeing more of them in just a few moments. If they lose this, they'll be playing in the decided match against Squared. Obviously not a repeat of earlier, but whatever the final would be, it would be a repeat because all three of these teams have played each other at this point, unless Squared make it through to the final, in which case that's not true. Oh no, it is. Yeah, of course it is. Epsilon have dispatched of both of these teams already, if that is the final, so both of these teams being knocked down into the lower bracket by Epsilon. Whoever the finalists would be out of that decider match would have to face their previous foes. A couple of smokes out on. Looks like a bit of a fake from Epsilon, is if they even find one frag here. Look at this rotation, it's already being pulled. HaMasse, they're so talented. They're being so predictable at this point as this full rotation comes in. Disbalance has only just found it. He needs to hit a shot right now, but Barbar swings in, but Disbalance is going to find him straight in, but he can't hit the flick. Kevsey finds him instead. 2 versus 3 now. Does Epsilon still have this sight? Jay gonna miss that shot. Gonna hit the follow-up though. Beautiful headshot as he swings in for a second, takes the final frags, but this 2 versus 2 as Kevsey does find it. Parla spraying wildly. Match point for Epsilon. Possibly the final round of this game. Possibly the final round of the upper bracket for HaMasse. Just a shutout of a performance for this Swedish side. This has looked so incredibly convincing. Epsilon. Are they just gonna go for this same fake once again? Obviously they're against pistols. HaMasse don't have anything in the way of a proper buy, but Bloody Wolf other side of the map is gonna find a frag. Gonna be able to put this one on the board. They're finding kills with these pistols. Might not be out of the running just yet. As Clash finds another one. And an AWP. And the bomb. Could it really get any worse? They finally even spotted it, so Epsilon has to salvage this bomb. They haven't got smoke for this angle as well. They're going to move in. Clash hits a nice fast headshot, and it's all down to Zinken, who's hidden away. He's going to use this smoke. His cover is going to move into it, but Clash nails that shot, 15-5. So, as far as analysis goes at this point, Epsilon can kind of afford to give up a couple of rounds here. Obviously, 10 rounds on the board. They've got 10 opportunities to close this out. HaMasse needed 11 in a row, now 10 in a row to find overtime. Can't see it happening personally. Don't know about you, but can't really see a huge opportunity for this to come to fruition. Minute 30 left, and Bloody Wolf is gonna find that opener. Obviously a very shaky buy for the Swedes, barely anything to work with, and Eric and Zinken, they've both got the SMGs, so maybe something to work with, but Bloody Wolf up close. He's got a FAMAS, they've got to check this angle, but I don't think they're going to. Oh, free fire comes through, and Zinken finds it. This 2 versus 4 is actually going to be clutched out by HaMasse, so at least they're taking kills, at least they're taking a couple of rounds. If they do find a way in this grand final later tonight, this group final, at least they now know that they have the potential to take rounds, they can do something, but it doesn't really matter anymore against an Epsilon side who are playing just so well, just playing on another level to this HaMasse team, and I feel like it is the Russians being weaker more than Epsilon doing anything exceptionally tier 1 or anything like that. Impala up close with this Max 7. Going to be going for this peek. How many can he find? Wait, how did he miss? What? They all lined up, but he couldn't find any. A huge mistake. And Epsilon do find this B site, and a Max 7 as well. Zinken is possibly going to be able to get up close and personal. He's not even got the bomb, as they did run distraction on towards the A site, and that bomb's dropped. So a bit of a whiff, but he just had too many targets up in apps. That was a little bit funny. Zinken, just hold him back. Oh, made a lot of noise there. That's a new sound. Hello. People LMAFEO in the chat at that mess. What is that? 15-7. SCA to stay alive once again. 4 players alive as well. So at least they are going to have money to spare in every single round that they've got upcoming. If they lose one, obviously it's game over. They're not going to be forced to eco at any point, even if they lose 5 players in the next couple of rounds. It's Epsilon. Now, the pressure's on them just to finish this game out. They've got 8 opportunities to do it, so not all too much pressure, but their way in, that smoke's down, and HaMasse hold this push out for the next 20 or so seconds. It's Disbalance playing at the other side of the smoke. We saw, can't remember who it was, yesterday on WCA playing that angle exceptionally well, but playing close to the smoke. He's going to find that first headshot. Looking for the second, but Jaywalkings is going to finish him off. Looking to finish off the job here, but HaMasse do have Bloody Wolf in contention, but Eric's going to take him out instead. Q-Rush going to get shut down before he can do all too much. 2 versus 3 now, and this time it's to keep HaMasse in this game. And Parla going to keep them alive. 2 versus 2. Eric's very low and playing this headshot angle. He's going to find one more. So Clash, AWP in hand, no smoke to count him out and finish him off. Does need to find one of these shots. Hasn't got the Molotov to really force him out of position. Zinken from behind is actually going to get rattled away by that spraying Deagle. But Eric trying to take this angle, looking for this. As the Molotov does whittle him away. 8K's out and M4 finds it. Will pick back up. HaMasse, they're halfway there. And quite literally living on a prayer. They only have 7 instead of the previous 11 to find. Otherwise, this is going to be an Epsilon victory. But at least they are putting rounds on the board. This gives us a little bit of hope if they do play in this best of 1 later today. Maybe it'll be Mirage again. Maybe they'll feel confident on it. We'll see how that works out in terms of the repeat. Disbalance. Takes a shot up, but can't find anything. The Molotov's down. They're getting diced up on their way into this B site, playing purpley, but a couple of shots from Epsilon actually makes this a doable retake, as Kalash is going to find one with the AWP. Caught with an 8-out. Jaywalkings does capitalise. Back with the M4. 3 kills already. Needs an ace to finish this off. It's Bloody Wolf just watching and waiting. With the M4 playing passively. Rush. Gonna level this to 9. HaMasse needs 6 more. Epsilon, 5 AKs on the board, wanting to go for this faster 5 rifle setup. But HaMasse changing things up once again. Double orbs. They have to stay versatile. You have to keep Epsilon kind of guessing what you're playing at, what you're playing for, and it's obviously super important to get this to keep them guessing, to keep every round, because if you lose one, you're out of the running, you're back into the bottom bracket, and Epsilon going to be going to that grand final if they can only find the one. Epsilon, I hate to say it, but should have probably closed this one out by now. Having a couple of troubles, and this is where the pressure starts to mount. When your opponents find double digits, which HaMasse have to find that open. Oh, what a shot! Kepsi straight to the A site, and he even finds Q-Rush. He actually spotted that head out, and Kepsi's going to burn him alive, so 4 versus 3. HaMasse need to stay alive once again. They're fighting for their tournament life every single round as Kalash rattles off another accurate AWP shot. 2 kills for him. Another kill for the AWP of Disbalance as Jay Walkings needs to be the man to do all the work. He finds that first frag. They pile into him and Disbalance the AWPs once again. Rain through and find another one. Just sinking. 6 HP left. He's hidden away, but he cannot find the headshot. And that Molotov is pretty much going to count the round. That's pretty much it over. Disbalance finds it. All 5 frags on the AWP. And that's double digits for HaMasse. They're making this one close. This is a crazy comeback. We're already on 6 rounds. If we can open the scoreboard, I don't know if we can open the scoreboard. How many rounds have they taken? I think this is 6 in a row for HaMasse. I don't know if we can open it. I wanna have a look. But the Iron Man 555 seems to know what he's talking about. He's called it. I want to see the disparity between the rounds right now because HaMasse, all joking aside, has had a pretty decent second half. 5 rounds in a row, please. Oh, please, says Callusman. Sorry, Callus. There we go. So yeah, oh no, it's 6 rounds in a row, and then before that they took 1. Epsilon just haven't got onto the board this half. You can see that chain of 3 at the start of that chain of 3 out of 4 at the start from Epsilon. And you can see that first half, it's a sea of blue. HaMasse barely took anything in that half, but we're back into the game. Epsilon's tactical pause all said and done. Remember, a spot on the main stage, a sweet 250 euros on the line for the winner of this one, the winner of this group. And what they're all playing for, the $25,000 LAN finals in Santa Ana next year. Kala going to take a couple of tags on through. Can't actually find anybody though. He's getting aggressive, and that's a nice opening fast frag from Jay Walkings. Straight down onto this B site though, but Disbalance is going to actually rack one back. He takes the damage up towards Apps, but he's got to be worried about Kevzi, who's playing behind him, taken out by the AWP. It's still a difficult retake. They've got to make it happen with double orbs. This is not friendly whatsoever, but Disbalance straight through the corner of the smoke does find one. Epsilon cannot be peeking this. They've got 2 AK-47s alive. They can just play passive, not peek, maybe find the frags, but HaMasse need to make this work, and they might actually find it. Eric swings in, and now it's all down to Barbar. He needs to do it all. He's found one, but he's got it all to do, and he cannot make it happen. Another 5K for the dream team, Disbalance and Kalash. It's 11 round comeback. It's now doable, a 4 round comeback. Of course, this was looking like a done deal earlier for Epsilon. They just haven't been able to find any frags on your T side. It's so easy. You lose 8 rounds or so in a row, you feel like you've been locked out. That's only 3 or 4 buy rounds. It's very doable, but HaMasse have managed to do it. And it seems like Epsilon feel a little broken, a little disenchanted, but now they've got to go for this push on the A side. Rush, it's going to be another retake for HaMasse if they're going to find this one. 4 versus 3. They've got the AWP as well. Epsilon have to hold on this time. They've been absolutely hideous in the retakes, and Impala going to open it up once again. Barbar going down. And now HaMasse have to deal with Jay Walkings, who is up close and personal. So Kalash taking a couple of shots through the smoke isn't going to find one, but Bloody Wolf from behind certainly will. And he will rack up 1, but not the second. Just Eric left. He's got 31 HP, and both these players are ferociously low. He should be able to take this shot, but he's missing, he's missing. How can he not hit Impala? Doesn't find it. The defuse comes in. Eric, unbelievable. HaMasse, they're not letting up on the pressure, are they? Epsilon cannot catch a break. This second half has been dismal, has been abysmal. has been just a sea of blue this whole game. And I can see the XAs in chat from the Ruski fellas. They're starting to get excited. They're starting to feel this comeback. This could happen. HaMasse could actually force overtime there. Just a couple of buy rounds left. Jaywalking's opens it up onto mid. 1 minute 20 on the clock in Epsilon. They've lost in the most horrific of situations. 1-man advantages, 2-man advantages. This has been a pretty awful T-side of Counter-Strike, if we're perfectly honest. And this is probably the most exciting form of Counter-Strike, playing from behind, but making it happen every single round. This is the HaMasse magic here today. We've got a fair few people here witnessing it as well. Epsilon going for this B site tape, but see, HaMasse, they've already got men here. These men have reinforcements as Q Rush has already swept his way back. He can hear Eric P, but he doesn't have the information to tell him that it's only one player. This has forced HaMasse off this B site. They've got information, but it's not the right information. They don't know that this B split's about to come to fruition. Impala has to go absolutely massive, and he's got 3 players from Apps absolutely pincering him in, and Jaywalking's from behind as well. This could be all it. This could be all send and dunk. Rush does find the kill over towards Hey, but 12 seconds left. Impala with 2 frags actually on the B site, and HaMasse, they're doing it again. Zinken, the last player alive. The bombs all dropped, the time is up, and he's not going to be able to find it. Time is up. They're even going to sweep him as well, adding insult to injury. 13 rounds for HaMasse. We thought this would be our first easy sweep of the day, but this has been closer than maybe any other game we've watched. The Epsilon in a horrific position. They've got the pistols, they've got sets of Kevlar. But HaMasse, it's obviously just a dream comeback, isn't it? Eric P taking this, going through the knife, getting ballsy here, but gets chased down with that HE. And he's found all out in the open. SQ Rush just playing up close and personal. Obviously 7 HP left. He can have somebody bait for him. But obviously just waiting for this push to come through. Just pistols though, as he does find a beautiful flash. It's Bloody Wolf. Sweeps down 2. There's a 3rd as well, doing the damage. It's Barbar caught in his 1-on-3. Gonna need the ace. I don't think it's gonna happen. Disbalance. Almost peaked with that AWP. 55 seconds. Quad kill from Bloody Wolf this round. And it's all down to Barbar. He's gonna have to make his way in. You can see HaMasse, they've got the 2 players on the A site. They've got the reinforcements. Should be able to make this one work. Clash just dodging, weaving his way in. Fast headshot. Barbar. Bye-bye. 1 round from overtime. This was an 11-round comeback, and they're actually making this happen. No, you're not dreaming. HaMasse might be about to take this to overtime. And Epsilon, this has been a catastrophe of a second half. Disbalance with this AWP, taking a couple of shots through the smoke. We're not going to get too lucky this time. Epsilon just haven't been able to catch a break. So many 3v4 and 2v4 retake situations that they just haven't been able to clutch. Disbalance does find one. There's Clash as well. Headshot. HaMasse, they're 2 kills away from overtime. This comeback is actually about to happen. KFC, Eric, all that stands in their way. Just the 1-on-5 left. This is going to be overtime. This is going to be it. HaMasse, you can see them getting riled up. Just KFC left. Now got 4 frags to find. I can't see this one happening. He's got a minute, but he's already just charging around, going for this leap everywhere. Tosses that smoke in, but looks to be going back towards A. But there are already 3 angry Russians on this site, and they're all shouting "Suka." They all want to shoot his face as he creeps his way down short. HaMasse are actually reading this like a book. As soon as he rotated to A, staying on the A site. As soon as he goes back to B, they've got 2 men over here. This was a 15-3, and HaMasse, oh, Kev's, I didn't know if he got spotted out. He definitely didn't get spotted out just then. So he's only got 10 seconds left, but he's not making it work. There's a first, almost gets a second. Is he going to be able to find Impala in time? No! Impala, beautiful play, stalls for long enough and even finds a kill. And now we're going to overtime, straight in here. No remorse for Epsilon, who now have to play more Counter-Strike. It's all evened up. And now HaMasse, they've got to show us what they're made of. Can we have a look at that scoreboard once again? I just want to have a look at what the score was. Was it 15-3? 15-4? 14-3? We'll see at some point. I think that was a 15-3 right there. And HaMasse just coasted their way through the CT side. 5-3, 15-3. 15-15. Blur says, great caster. Thanks very much, man. Much appreciate it. Keep the comments coming. Bloody Wolf going to find that first frag. Obviously, in HaMasse, they've got all the momentum rolling. It is rocking and rolling right now. As these pair of AWPs, HaMasse couldn't afford them earlier, but they certainly can now. Thanks very much, Big Bubble. Much appreciated, man. Really like the critique and comments and praise. Thanks very much, man. A 5 versus 4. Is this AWP looking for a shot? I didn't know if he was going to take a pop shot through the smoke. And with players playing on towards chair, that could be found. Jaywalkings does find one. Epsilon literally 0 out of 11, but looking for more, and Jaywalking's going to take frag after frag. It's Bloody Wolf snaps one back. Snaps it back to a 3 versus 3. Epsilon do have good map control right now, but Impala on this B site is really the last line of defense over here. Caseking, oh, hits a nice fast snappy headshot. That's Impala gone. Epsilon, they had an absolutely horrific T side, sorry. But right now they might be able to take their first T round in a long time. Unless HaMasse can do their magic again, work it, and find another 2 versus 3. Caseking, peeking, Bloody Wolf, tapping away at the head, can't actually find this headshot. Beautiful flash. He actually peeks in. Caseking didn't see, it seemed a bit disorientated there. Suresh is going to get taken out as well. So Epsilon finally on 16. But it's a bit too late. It's not the 16 that we want. Not the 16 that they want. What a crazy comeback. Jaywalkings, that's a nice opener. If they can even find a couple more rounds on this T side, if they can find one more round, then they could be firmly in the lead after being so decisive on their CT side. I feel like this could be a lockdown just with an AWP or 2. A flash comes through, and Parlo actually misses a shot. HaMasse don't seem like the same team anymore. This momentum isn't rolling anymore as Kevzy does break B apart, and Clash has to go absolutely massive here. Misses the burst with the FAMAS of all weapons. Don't know why he doesn't have enough weapon money to go for a proper rifle. But disbalance. He's got an AWP. Here's M4 on Q Rush. Disbalance just trying to take a couple of shots out, but he is going to find the first, the opener. So close, but nails a headshot. And it's only Q Rush left. The other side of the map trying to keep this M4 alive. For the the final round of overtime. I don't know what the money's going to be like. It's our first round of overtime. This is our first overtime of Legend Series so far. And Epsilon do secure that 17th. Oh, look at that money. They're completely broke. Empty-handed. They've barely got anything to work with. This could be a clean sweep, an 18-15. And after such a long, hard-fought comeback, that could be devastating. It could be heartbreaking for Massier. They might have expended all energy getting to this position, not knowing that they'd have to place more counter-strike. Wolf takes a couple of shots on through. Nice damage onto Barbara. Straight onto this B site. They're going to try and take out Impalo, who's been an absolute beast on this site, but only finds one this time. Barbara just swings in on this angle. Is the Massier flashed out, held out, can't make a push. Some Molotovs do rain in and hold them out. Zinken finds one more, and the Massier player's already left. Don't know if this is tactical, technical. Don't know if they're deciding to leave. Oh, it's a reconnect actually. So he has reconnected already. Not going to go for this pause, I don't think. But Massier, one round stands between them and defeat. Epsilon need to take 1 out of 3, but this time it's on their CT side, the better half. If they can't find it, this could certainly be a choke. One more round for Epsilon, they can take it, and they've got out the double up setup to try and do it. Obviously $10,000 is all they have, so if they lose 2 in a row, they'll be forced into the same position as Massier found themselves in just a few moments ago. Jaywalking does find that first pick. The AWP blasted away. Clash can't get to it. There's a smoke down so we can find the gap, but Epsilon, one left, and the double AWPs for Massier means that Epsilon cannot go for these peaks. They don't want to be going too aggressive, and obviously just one round stands in their way. Obviously a great buy for both teams is testing what they can do with these buys. No flash here. Shot from Q Rush. A double return from Epsilon. A 2 versus 4 again. And Massier, we've seen how good they are on these. We haven't seen them do all too much on their T side just yet. But it's a 1 versus 4 for Clash. He's going to have to rotate his way back into this A site. And he has got an AK-47 on lockdown. Going to have to push through this smoke. He's got 45 seconds left, so a bit of time to work with. And against a double AWP setup, if Epsilon miss a couple of shots, it could be Massier back in this again, but he's going to have to break this crossfire. Zinken's here, held away, and it's going to be a headshot to finish him off. Epsilon take 19 rounds, 19 to 15, and what a game. What an absolute barn burner of a game. We thought that that would probably be the quickest series of the day so far, but it ends up being the longest. Leaves us with just 2 left. We've got that decider between Massier and Squared Esports. They're going to be playing in just about 5 minutes, so don't go anywhere, because we'll be back in that. We'll be back with that game. See you soon.
Never gonna